Hello, beautiful humans. Hello. Hi, Deb. Hi, Amy. Hi, Alex. Hi, Shauna. Hi, anyone else that's jumping on with us in the future. Thank you for being here. We're so excited to share with you a little bit about Egypt today, take you on a transmission so that you can experience the heart and the magic of this place. So, Chanel. Hi, Chanel. Um,
Hello, ladies.
and Haley. Hello, Haley.
Nice to meet all or most of you
This
or
is
see you again.
Cade.
I'm Cade.
We're going to chat a little bit about who Cade is and how Egypt brought Cade to life. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So I have a magical journey that I'm going to take you guys on today so that you can experience a little bit of Egypt. But first of all, I wanted to just start by letting you know the story of Egypt and how it called me in and why it's so special. And yeah, really what this is all about. So when I was first called to Egypt last year, the day I arrived, I had no idea what I was doing. It just sort of called me in. I was so unaware. And the very first thing I heard was, "You're bringing people here." And I was like, huh? I hadn't even experienced the place. I had no idea about anything about Egypt. I was so unconscious to it all. And then the journey began. And so last year was 3 trips to Egypt, and they were the most magical, transformational experiences of my life. And from that space, so what opened up for me was a whole life of, I was living a life that was magical, but when I went to Egypt, it expanded into this unlimited potential. I got to see what we could really do within 14 days. I got to see what lived within me. And from that, I received some magical messages and brought Cade into my life. Cade came in through my intention was to go there to unlock some things around love. And within like 4 months later, Cade was in my life. And from there, he now has also been initiated into Egypt and came on the last trip. And yeah, we're going to just speak a little bit about the magic of this whole journey. So, first of all, I wanted to just start with why it's 14 days, because I know in the beginning, 14 days is a big commitment. But the purpose of this trip alone is that one, it was the one that most of the spiritual leaders walked. So Jesus, Moses, they all walked this whole journey. What it actually requires is for you to surrender deeply for 14 days. Everything is done for you. It's like you're treated as the goddess. And in that journey alone, there's something that happens. So it calls in people who are doing amazing things in the world, people who are like really deep in this work. And it's that reset button to finally receive from giving for so long, so that then you can go back out into the world and give from a place of overflow. So it pulls in some of the greatest leaders, is how I feel and what I've seen and experienced with it. And what else happens on this 14 days is we do so much. So it's challenging. You get up early, you go and see these beautiful sights at sunrise. We've got private tours where you can have your hands on the Sphinx. We do meditations in between the Sphinx's paws. We've got private journeys to Dendara and Isis Temple. So you actually get to be in the proximity of these spaces without any other energies except for you and your container of people. You can really hear the whispers in the walls, and it's just amazing. So move through it really, really quickly. This is where I was going. And you start to experience life in like such a fast rate. It's like ascension on steroids. And then when you come home, that momentum and that energy keeps going in your life. So for most people, they'll be going to work 9 to 5, maybe coming home, working on their business, seeing their friends on the weekend, life. But when you go on a trip like this, you are so far out of your normal, and your pathways in your mind open up to what's available to you. And then from there, you go home, and the right people, places, and things are attracted to you, and you just move at this same consistent rate. So, like for us, Kate will be able to share in this is we've already hit 5 countries within the last 4 weeks since the start of the year. Like, it's amazing how fast your life speeds up after a trip like this. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to,
Maybe I'll jump in
yeah, Kate
and
can
just
jump in. I'm very passionate about this, as you all
reiterate.
know.
Yeah, which is why Demi is just taking the lead on this one. Demi is Egypt. And like you live and breathe this thing every day. Like you're working with the energies of it constantly, which is why I think it's so special. It's so much more than a trip. It's like it's a part of you and it's transformed your life and now my life. And then it brought us together, brought us to Nepal. We're currently in Nepal. It's like It's been the journey for us, and it transmitted something to us. So that's why we bring people now to these places, because they're special to us and we have a relationship with the actual spirit of the land there. We work with the energies constantly rather than just wanting to put on cool trips, because it's that as well. The way I see what Egypt did for me was it expanded my capacity and my possibility. Capacity is what Demi's talking about there. It's like you squash so much into time and space, so then everything speeds up massively. And from then on, that's your new capacity. So you can do so much more with your life, with your time, experience so much more and receive so much more. And then possibility, I was saying earlier to Demi, it's kind of like the baseline just rises of what your standards, of what you expect in your life, the value you hold for yourself. Going to a place like the Sphinx and meditating between its pores, you get a transmission of power. And it's this innate value that just arises from within you. I was at the back of the Sphinx, and Demi told me to go back there and put my head on the back of the Sphinx. And I instantly got transported into the Sphinx, and I became the Sphinx, and I felt its heart popping through its shoulders like this. And I felt the size and monstrosity of the whole Sphinx. And I felt as that. That's then an unlocking for me in my capacity and my possibility in my life. So that was one tiny moment. That's like the first day there.
Yeah.
It just continues on. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think first of all, I might just take you on a journey so you get to experience the magic of it first, and then we can chat about it a little bit more. Does that sound good? Yeah. Does everyone have like 5-10 minutes that they can just sit and be silent and really take it in? Yes. Cool. Amazing. All right. So when you're ready, just find that comfortable space. And just beginning to shut down your eyes when you feel ready. And just beginning to feel into the space that you're sitting on. And just take that first deep breath in. Begin to exhale slowly. Feeling your body become lighter with each breath. As your mind softens and your heart begins to open to the ancient magic of Egypt. I invite you to feel the ground beneath you, the unwavering presence of this sacred land that has held civilizations, stories, and wisdom for millennia. And just beginning to notice that every grain of sand, every stone, every whisper in the wind carries the essence of time itself. And with your next inhale, I'm going to invite you to imagine yourself standing at the edge of your boat along the Great Nile River. Its waters glistening under the golden sun. The river hums with the energy of centuries, carrying the whispers of pharaohs, priests, and priestesses who once traveled these waters in devotion. As we activate the sacred grids of Egypt, the divine home of the Nile, the cosmic alignment of the pyramids, and the infinite energy of the desert sun, we honor the wisdom, the mysteries, the devotion woven into the temples, the hieroglyphs, the waters, held deep within the sands, in the stars, and in the earth. Go ahead and take another slow, deep breath in, beginning to feel your heart expand with the pulse of this land, awakening something ancient within you. And with your awareness alone, know that you have arrived, ready to walk this sacred journey and receive the magical transmission of Egypt. Before you, a beautifully carved felucca, a traditional Egyptian sailboat rocks gently waiting for you. The white sail billows in the warm breeze as you step aboard, feeling the cool wood beneath your fingertips. Your driver, an old soul with kind eyes, nods to you in silent recognition. The time has come to remember exactly who you are. As the felucca glides across the river, you breathe in the fresh, sweet scent of blooming papyrus and lotus flowers floating on the water's surface. The river is alive with birds, ibises, falcons, each carrying messages from the unseen realms. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the rhythmic sound of the water hitting against the boat invite you into a deep peace. As the felucca turns off into the distance, almost like a vision, you see the home, the Temple of Hathor. The path leads you to the temple's sacred gardens, a place of beauty, restoration, and hidden wisdom. You step off the boat onto the soft, sun-kissed earth. Before you, this lush oasis stretches wide, bursting with vibrant greenery and fragrant blossoms. The air is thick with the scent of jasmine, frankincense, and honey. As you walk through this garden, seeing palm trees swaying gently, their leaves whispering ancient secrets, you notice the pools of crystal clear water to each side of you, reflecting the bright sky. Butterflies are dancing in the air, their wings shimmering like tiny golden suns. You feel that warmth in your chest, a deep, familiar sense of belonging. This is not a sacred garden. It's a threshold, a space where the divine and the earthly meet. A pathway of smooth alabaster stones leads you forward, drawing you towards the temple. With each step, the air becomes charged with energy, as if the very ground recognizes your presence. As you reach the temple gates, massive and adorned with hieroglyphs, a soft breeze carries the faint sound of music, sacred chants, and the delicate rattle of sistra. You take a deep breath in, knowing you're about to step into the timeless. The stone entrance invites you in to walk along your carpet back home. And as you run your fingers along each wall, feeling the depths of each symbol remind you of the ancient wisdom that runs through your bones. You are greeted with the towering columns bearing the face of Hathor. Her serene expression welcoming you home. You step inside and the air shifts. You notice the scent of myrrh and ancient golden water being doused at your feet. The walls are glowing with deep celestial blues and gold, inscribed with sacred symbols, stories that come alive as you pass through. The sound of soft footfalls echoes through the great hall, and you are greeted by the Great Mother, Hathor herself. Emerging from the shadows, radiant and otherworldly, Her presence both vast and intimate, like the night sky embracing the earth. Her robes shimmer like the Nile under moonlight, and her eyes hold the wisdom of lifetimes. In her hand, she holds an ankh, the key of life pulsating with life force. She approaches you, her gaze penetrating, taking you to the third room on the left. She places your hand on the lotus of life, raising the ankh to your forehead. And as it touches your skin, a powerful current of energy rushes through your entire being. Visions unfold before you of ancient temples, of lives once lived, of wisdom encoded deep in your soul. Of your purpose, who you are, visions coming to life. The energy moves down your spine through your heart, unlocking remembrance within you. The remembrance that has been waiting this entire lifetime to awaken. You open your eyes to the ankh glowing brighter, expanding through your heart, your hands, and your voice. And you're no longer standing in the temple because you're now a part of it. You are part of the great rhythm, the great song of creation. And Hathor places her hand gently on your chest, sealing this activation with love. You make your way back towards the entrance of the temple, arms interlocked with the Hathors. As you make your way back towards the awaited Felucca, stepping aboard, carrying with you the radiance of Hathor, the touch of the ankh, and the knowing that something deep within you has forever unlocked. Your vision softens, and the temple begins to fade away like a dream at dawn. But the energy remains within you, alive and glowing. The boat glides once more over the waters, carrying you back to the present moment. As you begin to feel yourself returning now, taking a deep breath in and exhaling, knowing that when you are ready, you can bring this transmission back with you and open your eyes. Welcome home. I'd love for you to pop into the chat when you're back, just one word about how you're feeling. You're welcome.
It's a big ask to come back on a call after doing that. So dropped in. Mm.
So this journey is just the smallest snippet of how I can give you an experience of even one moment in Egypt. It's really such a special place.
Mm-hmm. It really is like the modern day Egypt you visit in the present moment, and it really is a portal into an ancient Egypt experience, of course, through all this and how it's encompassed, and having Egyptologists there and Demi and I. It really is, it's like time travel. You feel like you go back to when they were all there.
They say that there is life before Egypt and life after Egypt, and it's probably the most truest thing I've ever heard on this planet, because the experience of experiencing yourself and remembering who you are, there is a lifetime before that, and then there is a lifetime after that.
Mm.
tingly, so relaxed,
She's not the same.
magical. So much energy racing through my body. Oh, I love it. It's so great. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit into what the journey actually is. So, if you've heard the story about Osiris and Isis, I'll just give you a little rundown about it because it's basically what we've curated the trip around. So, there's a story that Osiris and Isis were madly in love, divine union, and Osiris's brother, Set, was very jealous of the relationship. So he killed his brother, and this is the mystery schools. Right? He cut up his brother and he scattered his brother's body parts around Egypt. And Isis went on a journey to find all of his parts and built a temple in each of the places. And we visit each of the places, which is a part of you. And we go back on the journey to the 14 parts to reclaim each of your parts into wholeness. And at the end, we're in the Great Pyramid, which everyone has their different beliefs around what it is. However, I believe it's the rebirth of yourself and it activates your light body for ascension on earth. So we come back together in wholeness in the Great Pyramid and we do a beautiful chanting ceremony in the Great Pyramid, and it's really beautiful. And yeah, we come back into wholeness and then we embark onto our next experience of life, and it's really divine in every way. What I noticed in this work as well, with having been with other people and the trips that they're running, is the one missing piece is this. So there's lots of really amazing, powerful women doing this work. And when you don't have the masculine pillar there to support, we as females can only go deep, like so deep. And when you've got a safe masculine presence, things open up and you can go way deeper when the space is held with that. So I truly believe that my manifestation of Cade was for the greater good, because now he is a part of all of my work. And honestly, every time we do any type of work together, everyone has the biggest transformation because of him. So it's really great. It's really great to have
me.
having his presence there. I'm sure you can vouch, Alex.
It's a critical piece. And I'll reverse that as well, because you were a critical piece for Nepal. I needed the feminine pillar here.
Yeah, it's true.
And Egypt brought me into your life to then invite Demi to come to Nepal with me. And now we get these trips.
These trips come in at a very pivotal time in your journey. They're not for everyone. I really feel that to be pilgrimaging, you're here to do it all. You're like, oh, this isn't about me. Like, this is not about me. This is about the greater good and whatever you're here to bring to the world. So I honor you for even being in this space, because it means you're here for really big things.
Absolutely.
When you were sharing, I got so emotional. Oh, I hope that you've each experienced a piece of remembrance of yourself today. That is the purpose. Yeah.
It definitely is, for people sharing, people here for the collective good, but at the same time, are keen to have the most ridiculous experiences in life.
Yeah.
Because there's, nothing spared on this trip, and it's 5-star luxury the whole way. And so that's because we get to have it all, right?
Yeah. So the one thing that I feel is like really not spoken about in this trip is the fact that for you to be able to manifest sacred allowance to these places, these ancient temples, and be gifted one-on-one time in these temples is the greatest manifestation that you can ever have on this planet. Like, it is such an honor. These temples are thousands and thousands of years old. And the reason that I'm so like, we need to get everyone to Egypt now is because Egypt is changing, right? The more that social media is out there, the more people that are going, the more people who are really wanting to create a brand for themselves aren't doing Egypt in the ways that we feel are the most truest to the honoring of Egypt. And from that, they are not allowing us to do as much as the very first time I went. So just like if you meet anybody in Nepal, you can share about what you feel about that. Always be like, oh yeah, I went 10 years ago. It was so different, right? Within 1 year, Egypt was a little bit different in the things that they would allow. So yeah, that's why I'm so full on about, hey, you need to go now. You need to experience this before social media ruins it for everyone, before they close their sacred spaces. So I have private tours with Isis, the Sphinx, Great Pyramid, Hathor Temple. What else? And we've also added to this trip. So I think a couple of you seen my last couple of trips. The difference with this trip is we've added the Siwa, so the other side with Cleopatra baths. So what I feel was missing in the last ones, like they were amazing, but every trip we go on, we want to evolve it and we want to make it even more special. And what I found was that having healing waters and experiencing that side of Egypt as well as this is just, yeah, everything. So we go there first, we do our cleansing, and then we embark on the journey. So it's going to be really special, really exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that part. Crucial element. Yeah.
It's a missing
You
piece.
need water.
We need water.
Need water.
Yeah, we really do need water.
Mm.
Would you like to share about our foundation?
Oh, yeah, cool.
Another special part about this trip and all of what this has created and what you will be a part of if you decide to come with us.
Yeah. It's the ripples of change, right? Even on so many levels, even just by you taking time out of your life to do something you love and that fills you up, creates ripples of change in the world. Then you come and do it with us. What we are doing and what our big part of our vision is to give back. So we have a foundation, and currently we're doing work with the hand up, work with a village school in Nepal. And so all of the programs are running. We're funneling resources to this school where the school doesn't get funding from the government because it doesn't have enough kids. And in order to get funding from the government, they need more kids. So then they don't have the resources at school, which means that kids aren't enticed to come to school as much. They're not getting the education, but they want to go to school here. They're looking for like sanitary items to be donated for schoolgirls because they don't get to go to school for 4 days a month because they don't have any resources for that time of the month. And they want to go to school. They're like, I'm missing out on school here. So anyway, they want education and they're not getting the quality of it. That's going to give them the opportunity to rise up and to make change in their lives for them and their villages and the people and the ripples of change around. So we channel our resources there. We're actually we got invited to go to the school again tomorrow. They're having their anniversary and they're like, are you guys around? It'd be so cool if you could come. And we're like, yeah, we are. 20 minutes away.
Yeah, crazy, right? We land in Nepal like randomly. And yeah, the anniversary is on tomorrow. So if you would like to see the school and all the things, we'll be uploading some content about it tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else? Let me just see. The one thing that I can say as well about this trip, I'm just trying to think of all the things about how it's changed my life, is when you're being called into a space with other people, right? I want you to think about when you're making friends as an adult and when you're traveling the world. It's to be in a container of people with like-minded people. I know that we throw that word around a lot, but people who have the same vision and they're leading with their heart, to be in that proximity for 14 days with people, it unlocks your networks to connect with each other and expand your opportunities. So how I sort of see the investment of Egypt is it's actually a business investment if you're in business, because you're connecting with a network of humans that have opportunities, people, places, things that are of that vibration. And from there, you can't even explain what happens. It's just life, the dominoes just go. So that's another magical part of this trip.
And every single person on every single trip, including all of you, has so much innate gift to bring to the table. And so you get this mastermind of people that are all like bringing their unique life experiences and the threads they come and bring in. And then we have this like one-off, once in a lifetime container of humans, and everyone gets to be divine reflections for each other. You guys, I'm sure you understand that you will constantly be learning from the conversations you're having with each other. That was a big thing in Egypt. It was every single conversation. It was like the simulation was like dialed up to 11. Every single conversation with people and participants in the group was just mirroring me something directly that I needed to hear.
Mm. Which I think is the biggest thing that people sort of can't get their mind around when they go to Egypt. Everybody thinks they're going to have a big experience in a temple because they are the temples we walk into in the physical. But what actually happens is you walk into these housing systems of geometric consciousness, just like the human body. Yeah.
Mm.
And you have an experience, and energy unlocks inside of you. And then when you leave, you notice the other housing systems of geometric consciousness everywhere around you, and you realize that the temple is actually within them. So when you are journeying with these people in this group that have had the unlocking of this ancient wisdom and can see that, it becomes this experience of you're just passing through information for each other's missions, and it's just divine in every way.
Mm-hmm.
So does anybody have any questions? Is anything on anyone's heart? I think I've done a lot of talking. Get really full on about
She loves it.
Egypt.
You guys know it.
You know how much I love Egypt. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. I think that is a really special thing though. And that's what's, yeah, kind of rare. People that are really deeply in relationship with a place and working with the energy of it. Like Egypt has brought things through you each time you've gone, right? It's been a different experience, and the different entities of Egypt have taught Demi different things. It was amazing to be there last time together. It's profound.
I was just wondering if this trip is just
Nah.
for women. No, the more beautiful men that we can get into this space and come on this journey. We had two on our last trip. I had one on my three on our last trip, three on our last trip prior to that, and then two on my one prior to that. And it is just so needed. Definitely not just for women, definitely for our beautiful men as well. So our dates that we're looking at are in end of October. I'll send out more information. I know most of you have the itinerary. If anyone doesn't have the itinerary, please just send me a message after. And yeah, we can go from there.
Mm.
Yeah, anything you want to add?
I think everybody here understands a lot of the energetic component of it. Maybe there's just more logistical questions or queries or interests. I think it's nice to note that like Egypt is a amazing, powerful country to travel to, and doing it in this way, it's so easy. From the moment you arrive and get off the plane to the moment you're getting back on that plane, you're in safe hands and guided with our people. And so it's like the most, yeah, smooth sailing way to experience a country that's got such rich culture and so much going on.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I first went, everyone in my life was like, you're crazy, you're going solo to Egypt. Like, it's so unsafe, all of this. The safest place I walked into. I was like, what is everyone talking about? So I walked straight in, met my private driver, took me to the manor house, 5-star accommodation. We're on our Nile boat. We have private access. Like, it is just the top tier 1%ers of experiences in your life to feel safe.
Yeah.
And especially when you're journeying, because obviously Egypt is the heart of the feminine. So you will journey all of the parts inside of you that are connected to anything you've experienced as a female. And so to have all of that be like so closely held, and like it's like held like this, when you come out the other side, you're just like, I'm good. Everything is good. Yeah, life is magic.
Well, that gifted you the confidence to then step into the Nepal journey with me.
Yeah, so I know most of you will know this story, but I won't talk your ear off anymore. But yeah, I just ended up meeting Cade in Nepal, and I'd only met him for an hour, and we hiked the Himalayas together, and I just would never have done that if I didn't experience Egypt and felt that safety inside of myself finally. So yeah, so much magic in every way. Cool.
Here for questions.
Yeah.
We're super excited.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you all take this transmission and you experience it in your outer reality. Take the energy with you, and I'll be in touch with each of you.
Just to be on a call like this is or have this opportunity in your awareness is a really special thing
Mm,
because not many people in the world will ever have the experience that we share in Egypt of the private experiences and stuff. It's so inaccessible
mm.
um, to be able to do that through the contacts. So think about how many people in the world are going to meditate inside the Great Pyramid. Like less than
Yeah.
1%, way less.
So congratulations.
Yeah.
You manifested this in
Yeah.
your reality.
Yeah.
Magic.
And thank you for being here. Thank you for the whole path that you've walked to be here, be on this call, be sharing your hearts with everybody else on this call whenever you're tuning into it. We love you. Thank you. We're grateful for you. And that's better than the
Oh.
other word I was going to say.
All right. Enjoy the magic today. We will talk to you later.
Namaste.
Namaste. Bye.
See ya.